Hello, friends, and welcome to our 8-week chakra check-in. This is week 1, where we'll provide an introduction and talk about the root chakra. And first things first, if you are brand new to the chakra system, no need to have any advanced knowledge. If you're a seasoned expert, think of this as really just a little quick sampler. So we won't be going into great depth about what the chakras are and what they do. Instead, theming ourselves lightly around the chakras as we understand them today. So you might have a few questions before we get started. Who am I? What are chakras? And what are we up to here? First of all, I'm Havala. I am a 200-hour registered certified yoga instructor in West Virginia. I've been a student of yoga for more than 25 years, and I have been especially a beneficiary of chakra-based practices. A little bit more about me is that until April, I was a federal government employee, and like so many, experienced some really profound disruption. I was finding my body and my emotions just weren't feeling really good, and had the good fortune to go to a chakra workshop on a weekend led by Masuda Mohammadi. And that really changed my own ability to manage what was going on with me. And I hope that I can distill some of what I learned and share it back with you. So we'll keep this very simple. What are chakras? These are commonly understood to be energy centers within the body, described as wheels of energy in some ancient texts. These exist in the subtle and not the physical body, which means that if you go looking for them on the inside of you, you're not going to find them, but you can still feel the effects of these energetic systems as you move through your day to day. And there are lots of different systems. We will be using a 7 chakra system beginning from the root through the crown, but different systems will have fewer or many, many more. We're using 7 because that's the most commonly understood number today, but there's no one right answer for this. I am offering a few readings if this catches your fancy and you're interested in learning more, because I am not presenting myself as the leading authority on this subject. The sort of seminal text on this is Wheels of Life by Anadia Judith. I mentioned Masuda Mohammadi. She has also written a book called Unlock the Power of Your Chakras. And then I think it's really important always to ground our current knowledge in historical perspective. There are lots of discussions of this, but I've popped in a little blog post just as an example. If you're interested in digging into the historic or even more ancient roots of how we understand the chakra system and how that does or doesn't correlate to what we understand today. So in this course, we'll learn the basics of what each chakra is and what it does, do a little self-inquiry and to see where we're feeling balanced or imbalanced. We'll do a little breathing, a little movement. We'll look deeper within ourselves via a 10-minute yoga nidra each week. And maybe I'll give you just a little bit of homework, something to take into your week to explore the idea of really working with this chakra as the week goes on. So let's go to some root chakra 101. The root chakra, also known as the Muladhara chakra, is associated with the earth element, the sound lum, the color red, and the base of the spine. And this is connected to our sense of survival, right? That really basic baseline in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, our sense of grounding, stability, and safety. And one really simple mantra you can use to help start to work with this is just, I am safe. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and get right into it, starting with a little meditation practice. So we'll start in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you, and then bring your ring and pinky fingers together and in against your palm, sealing them to your palm with your thumb, extending the index and middle fingers. And then we'll just bring those 2 fingers to the ground. So this is Boo or Mother Earth Mudra. And then maybe Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or just bring your gaze downward and start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Not changing anything in these first few moments, just breathing. And then on your next few inhales and exhales, on your inhale, imagine that you are pulling energy up from the ground through those extended fingers. And on your exhale, imagine that you are growing roots through your tailbone into the ground. And a few more just like that. Inhale, pulling. Exhale, rooting down. Few more breaths. And as you're ready, bring your hands to your knees. And let's keep our eyes closed if that's comfortable, doing a quick scan, a quick check through the body. On your inhales and exhales, just noticing how your body feels. The root is connected to our feelings of safety and stability, also our relationship to our body, which is this vessel that we have to carry through our lives. Notice what feels good, maybe what doesn't feel so good. Now do a quick scan of your emotional state. How are you feeling today? And a quick scan of your mental state. What thoughts are passing through your mind today? And then acknowledging, just holding all of those thoughts and feelings. On your inhale, say to yourself, I am safe. Exhaling, I am grounded. Two more times. Inhale, I am safe. Exhale, I am grounded. Inhale, safe. Exhale, grounded. Beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and work into some movement practice. So all of our practices today will be focused on feeling into your stability, your connection to the ground. And as in any yoga practice, if there's anything here that just doesn't work for you, feel free to modify it, change it completely, don't do it. But we will start with honoring that fight or flight instinct that sometimes comes up. So rolling onto our back, hands rooted to the ground, sealed to the ground, feet on the ground. We're going to come into tantrum asana or adult tantrum. So all we're doing here is just picking up one arm and one leg at a time, and banging it against the ground. This can start to form a little bit of a rhythm. If you're in a place where it makes sense to do that, you can go faster and faster. You could even yell if you wanted to. Now, it's not always appropriate to do this in the middle of a business meeting or when you might be feeling those feelings of fight or flight. But it is really useful if you can get a moment to just move your arms and your legs and then let that go. Let's bring our knees into our chest, feeling our back press against the mat. Deep breaths. As you're ready, release the arms back to the ground. We'll just start a few little butt kicks. So kicking the heel against the glute, kind of a variation of that tantrum, but a forceful movement here. You kick your own butt, you know, maybe, maybe other things won't kick your butt as hard. Take a few more of those. And then knees back to chest. Big breath in, big breath out. And then let's go ahead and roll up to a seated position. And we'll just roll over and come to child's pose. So this time the feet come together. The knees are a little wider than hips, settling the torso down. Arms come out long here, forehead to the ground. And just feel again your forehead connect to the ground, the weight of your seat as it comes toward your heels, your hands grounded, long, deep, steady breaths. Let's go ahead and push the hands toward the knees, rolling back, finding a squat. So maybe feet are planted on the ground. You can come up on the toes if you need to, or put a block under your butt if that's better. Finding this yogi squat again, rooted into the ground, feeling really stable here. And then taking a few rounds up and down from this squat, inhaling, your arms come overhead, lift up to stand. Exhale, coming back through center, feeling very firm, very steady. One more. Exhaling down. Gonna inhale up again and come back down. And this time planting the hands. Just gonna come forward until we're in a forward fold, bending generously at the knees until our palms plant. So could be a pretty deep bend of the knees or less if your hamstrings are less constricted. I'll just start a little elephant walk. So feet and hands connected, rooted to the ground. Start to straighten one leg and then the other leg. This can be a pretty subtle movement or it can be a big movement. Thinking of how firm and steady and unshakable an elephant is. And then releasing that, rolling up to stand, eventually bringing your arms along for the ride, reaching up, finding a high mountain pose. And again, feet are rooted, noticing as we move into these standing poses that the more rooted you are, the taller you can reach. From here, we'll move into a warrior one. So feet are together. We'll just bring our left foot back and then 45 degrees or thereabouts, turning our torso to the front, maybe bringing hands into a prayer overhead if that's okay for you, and feeling yourself grounding into the ground as you grow taller on these few inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, we'll open out into a warrior two, swimming the left hand back, right hand forward. The heel of your front foot is aligned with the arch of your back foot. Your torso is nice and tall, arms parallel to the floor, maybe looking over that front arm. And then pivoting the feet around, right foot comes parallel to the back of the mat, front foot bends. Let's find our warrior two to the other side. And then back foot coming to about 45 degrees, turning the torso forward, inhaling arms overhead, bending into the front leg, maybe a prayer position overhead, finding your warrior one. Then straightening that leg, walking the feet back to center. Last pose will be a tree pose. So grounding down into the right leg, pivoting the left toes out, standing up nice and tall. You can end right here or bring the foot inside the calf or inside the thigh. Setting up nice and tall, hands to heart or arms overhead, getting really tall here, reaching again, grounding down as you reach up. And then releasing that leg, maybe giving the standing leg a little shake. We'll move to the other side, rounding down into the left foot, right toes pivot out, coming to calf, or maybe coming to the inside of the thigh, standing up nice and straight, and then bringing your arms wherever they feel stable and you feel strong. And then releasing that foot, hands come to heart. Let's just come back down onto the mat and briefly back to a child's pose. Toes together, knees about as wide as hips or a little wider. Long, deep, steady breaths. Then just make your way onto your back. We'll come into our yoga nidra. So I'm going to take myself off camera so that you can just focus on the sound of my voice. Bring yourself to a position that is comfortable for you, whatever that looks like. And whenever you find that position, we'll get started in this approximately 10-minute yoga nidra, where we'll explore feelings of safety, stability, and plenty. So make sure you're in a comfortable position, lying on your back in Shavasana, or in any other position where you can be still, comfortable, and free of distractions. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, and allow your body to become heavy, resting gently on the floor or surface beneath you. And then take a deep breath through your nose. And as you exhale, release any tension you might be holding in your body. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs completely. And exhale, releasing completely. Take one more deep breath. And with your exhale, settle into stillness. Now repeat the following to yourself. I am here. I am safe. I am rooted. I have enough. Bring your awareness again to your breath, noticing the gentle rhythm of inhale and exhale. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. Nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be. Simply be here now with your breath. Now bring your attention to the very base of your spine, to your tailbone, the seat of your root chakra. As you inhale, imagine a tiny, brilliant, red glowing light here. With each breath in, this light grows a little brighter, a little warmer. With each breath out, it softens and expands. And then repeating this breath pattern, inhaling brighter, exhale, softening and expanding. Count back from 20. You can release that counting, bringing attention again just to your tailbone, noticing this red light that's the color of the earth. Feel it gently radiating warmth and security throughout your lower body. And as you continue to breathe, the red light begins to glow even more intensely. On your next exhale, imagine this red glowing light beginning to rise, moving up your spine, past your hips and belly, up through your torso, through your heart, throat, out through the crown of your head. And as it exits, it becomes the brilliant, glowing red light of a sunrise. You're now standing on a cool, grassy hill, watching this sunrise. The warmth of the sun is on your face. Before you, a lush, verdant landscape stretches out to the horizon. The ground beneath your feet is solid and firm, and you feel completely safe and supported. The air is clean and fresh, and the sky is a breathtaking blend of red, orange, pink, and gold. Below the hill, a peaceful river winds through a valley of abundant fruit trees and blooming flowers. The water sparkles, clear and pure, and the air is filled with a sweet scent of blossoms. You feel a deep sense of safety and security here. This is a place where you are nourished and cared for, where everything you need is available to you. Feel your feet sinking into the soft, rich earth. Notice the strength in your legs, the stability in your hips. You are as steady as a tree, rooted firmly in the ground. able to sway and move with the wind, but never to be uprooted. You are strong. You are stable. You are secure. The sun continues to rise and the landscape is bathed in golden light. You feel a sense of peace and contentment washing over you. Remember this feeling of safety and abundance. It's always within you, a deep-rooted knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Standing in this landscape, you hear the words come to you again. I am safe. I am rooted. I have enough. I am enough. And now it's time to come back, bringing your awareness back to your breath, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Begin to notice the physical sensations of your body lying on the surface beneath you. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently turn your head from side to side. Take a deep breath in and out. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to your comfortable seat. Thank you for coming on that journey with me. All that remains today is to give you a little homework if you would so desire. This week, I invite you to take a little daily body scan, just checking in, seeing how you feel, seeing where you feel safe or unsafe. Maybe find an activity that helps you to feel grounded and steady. And then, because all of this is not just for us, it's for everybody, I invite you to be attentive this week to the others around you and whether they feel safe or unsafe. Seeing if you can send people just a little extra warmth as we navigate these rocky and challenging and uncertain times. Thank you for being here with me, and I will see you next week.